So I'm feeling completely overwhelmed in this moment, and I thought it would be best that I just do a video, and it's probably going to be too long, and if it is, then I'll post it on YouTube. Okay, so we're just getting done with the vet here, and a gentleman sold 15 horses to the kill pen. They're here. One of them has already died. One of them is in pretty rough shape and just wants to lay down because it hurts so bad. There's that predicament in my head. There's also the direct ship pen that's weighing on me completely. We're working on horse save number 18 out of there, and obviously I'm trying to do the best that I can, and with how many people live in this world, I feel like anything is possible, which is why I'm not stopping, and I haven't stopped. And then I could just leave and I could go, and that's an option, but for me it's not today, because something I was trying to hold off telling everyone about was that in June we were able to get our new property, and it's one that I had been wishing for a long time, and it finally happened. We weren't able to move in until about 2 months ago, and we're now using it. However, we can only use it so far because there's no fencing to separate horses for paddocks and shelters and all the things. So I sit here and I'm like, I could try for these 15 horses, and what would it take for me to try? We don't have, if I were to get them along with everything else we've saved already this weekend and we'll continue to try to save, I will have to now outsource them to quarantine facilities, and they're going to get paid the money to keep them for the next months and months and months while we sort through them, see who they are, and then put them out to various locations based on what they're capable of doing and who they are. But it doesn't financially make sense to me when we have this new property that we could put them on if I go down this rabbit hole. So instead of postponing, everyone's been asking me about my hat, which always makes me cry when I talk about it. So when we got the property, my dad's favorite bird was a cardinal. And when we were driving, looking at properties, a cardinal flew in front of the car, and I looked over at Hillary and I said, this is it. This is the one. I know it. I've never seen a cardinal in Texas before in my life. And we pulled in, and it's this big red barn. And we had just, months ago, we lost Red Barn. And I just felt it in my being. I was like, I know that this is ours. Like, this is meant for us, 100%. And somehow we were able to pull it off by a fucking miracle. Pull it off the market so it couldn't even hit the market the next day, which it would have sold like that. It's too perfect. And it all worked out. And so now that we've moved in, though, it's a lot that we have to slowly, I'm going to launch it, and I'm still going to launch it the right way. But if I don't try to raise what I know we need to raise for phase 1, which is all the fencing and the shelters, then they'll die because I just don't try. And I'm just not okay with that. So this is me trying. I'm going to launch the fundraiser for phase 1. I will officially launch it next week. And I'm going to add these 15. And if we make it, we make it. If we don't, then we don't. But at least I can say that I tried. And this is absolutely terrifying because it's just a lot of horses this month. But I know I can do it. You come to hurdles. If God doesn't push you over them, he's going to push you through them. And I know that I'll get through it. My team's amazing. And if we can pull it off, then it's going to be amazing for them, and they get a second chance. And a lot of good will be done and continue to be done. So this hat, right around the time we moved in, to get back to that, if anyone knows, I had a sparrow that I took care of and I raised from a little tiny baby, and she died by a raccoon in Thanksgiving of this year. Her name was Jacqueline. And when my dad passed away in 2012, like, cardinals have just always been our bird. And then when we lost Frederick in August, that obviously broke my heart and a piece of my soul. So I wanted to come up with a logo for this property and what my ideas behind it that involved Jacqueline, my dad, and Frederick. So it's a red sparrow, and that's what the RST on it stands for, Red Sparrow Things. And so this will be the logo for this property. And my idea is, if we can make this property successful, then I can do multiple properties around the country, and every bird will be a different color. And so the first bird is obviously red. And it'll be a place that the horses, I can help more older ones that just need to just live, and we'll be able to help more Mustangs. We'll be able to just help. We'll be able to do more for them. And if we can be successful and have these around the country, that's so much good to be done for the horses. And it provides jobs for people, and like the schools can do field trips, and it's a really good thing. So this is the launch of phase 1. And I put the hats on the website, and there's obviously a lot more merchandise that's going to go with it, but I met Bowie, so I don't have anything with me, and I wasn't even planning to do this. So the hats are there, the horseshoe hat everyone's been obsessed with in this one. And all of the money from these sales of these hats and any donations to help us hit this 30,000 for the fencing so I can help these guys will all go to, it's a special bank account tied just to this property, and it's a really special place, and only this location is going to have these hats in this color. And once we've officially raised for the property, then we won't sell. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I was thinking about only offering like the hat to people, like if you buy to support that property, I guess, then yeah, you will get the hat. So that's how it's going to be. But anyways, I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, any support that you guys can lend, and I know that this can work. We just all have to work together to make it happen.